It was Monday, 2 p.m. Central. The city didn't care if you were ready. Rain fell like it was trying to wash the blood off the sidewalks, but it never did a good job. Neon signs flickered in every window, red, blue, sickly green, painting the wet pavement with colors that lied to you about safety. Goku D'Angelo sat in the back of La Tavola Nera, a long table laid out like a Last Supper. He was the king of nothing, holding on to everything with white-knuckled fists. His crew sat around him, restless, paranoid. Someone was leaking to the feds. He tapped his cigar, let the ash fall. "I don't care who it is," he said. "I'm gonna find you, and when I do, I'll make your own mother spit on your grave." Meanwhile, Bambi Palermo watched the rain outside from under her umbrella. She lit a cigarette, watching the smoke curl up and vanish. "You family, that's the word everyone loves to say," she muttered. "But family will slit your throat if it keeps them breathing." She wasn't wrong. Across town, Agent Lopez sat in his unmarked car, stakeout coffee gone cold. He checked his badge, then the pistol on the seat beside him. "I don't know why I'm protecting her," he whispered to himself. "She's one of them." But he did know, and that was the problem. By 2 p.m. Central, the streets were alive with deals gone sideways, whispers in dark alleys, and the slow, inevitable fall of empires built on blood. Because in Neon Noir, there's no happy endings, just new beginnings, new deaths, new bodies. And every Monday you get a front row seat. Mondays, 2 p.m. Central, Neon Noir, Season 1. Family, loyalty, betrayal, blood. Don't miss it.
Sleeping Beauty, Waking the Asset, A Twisted Tale. Once upon a time, in a kingdom run like a corrupt city hall in Jersey, there was a princess named Aurora. But nobody called her that. They called her the Asset. Her father, the king, was a brutal racketeer in royal robes. He built alliances by cutting off fingers and sending them to rivals in gilded envelopes. When Aurora was born, he invited every crooked noble to the christening, except one. The one he stiffed? Mistress Malefica, a witch with a rap sheet longer than the FDR at rush hour. She didn't RSVP with regrets. Nah, she crashed the joint. She walked in with a smirk that'd make Tony Soprano sweat. She raised her glass and said, "May your lovely little asset prick her finger on a spindle and bleed out. But let's be sporting. She'll sleep instead, forever, until some asshole kisses her, or tries. Good luck, Your Majesty." The place went dead quiet. The king tried to have her whacked. Big mistake. His men wound up as crow food. The king was desperate. He put out word to every wise woman in the land, "Fix this." One said, "I can tweak it. She'll sleep for 100 years, then wake up with true love's kiss. But you can't avoid the sleep." The king was like, 100 years, fugged about it. But he had no choice. He banned spinning wheels like they were heroin, had 'em all burned in the street. Aurora grew up in lockdown like some princess in the witness protection program. But she was bored, rebellious, sharp-tongued. She snuck out. She found a hidden old spinning wheel in the tunnels under the castle, left behind by some idiot who liked knitting in the dark like a psycho. She touched it, pricked her finger, and down she went. Boom! Out cold. Here's where it gets really fucked up. The king didn't want to admit she was under the curse, so he told the kingdom she died. He sealed her in a glass coffin like a museum exhibit, posted guards, and started a rumor she'd been poisoned by foreign enemies. Political propaganda at its finest. He declared war on neighboring kingdoms, started burning villages, all in her name. Meanwhile, Aurora was alive but dreaming, and in those dreams she saw the bodies piling up. She heard her father's speeches. She saw the bloodshed he caused to avenge her. She screamed in her sleep, but nobody could hear her. 100 years later, the kingdom was a smoking ruin. The royal line was a joke. The people were starving. A stranger arrived, a prince. Sure, technically, but this guy wasn't noble. He was a bandit in stolen armor. His crew of mercenaries wanted the gold inside the sealed crypt. He found Aurora in her glass coffin. He didn't care about true love. He wanted to loot the tomb, but he saw her perfect, untouched, unrotted. And being the creep he was, he kissed her. Aurora woke up screaming. She sat up, coughing dust, smelling the rot of a century's ruin. She looked at this filthy bastard leaning over her. She realized this was true love's kiss. Her destiny was to wake up and see her kingdom burn to ash, her father's crimes laid bare, and be bound to some scumbag grave robber who didn't even know her name. She didn't accept it. She killed him, took his dagger, slit his throat right there in the crypt while he gurgled. She staggered out of the tomb, covered in blood. Outside, the land was black with ash, the sun blocked by smoke. She walked alone through the ruins of her kingdom. She found what was left of her father's throne room and sat down. And she smiled, because she wasn't asleep anymore, and she was going to make sure the world paid for waking her up. Moral of the story? Don't tell a girl she's an asset. Don't try to lock her away. Don't assume she'll thank you for your kiss. And don't wake what you can't control.